During the first Galactic Campaign, I barely played Helldivers 2. I was busy making videos, so I did not finish a single mission on the campaign planets. And I still got the new Supply FRV permanently for free. Meanwhile, that same vehicle caused one of the biggest dramas this game has seen in months. Thousands of comments, angry threads, a whole new meme about FOMO. So we have a reward that I earned with zero contribution and a community that is furious about how hard it was to get. Something doesn't add up. And I think if you look closer, this drama is actually good news for Helldivers 2. Quick context first, because this system is new. Patch 6.3.0 turned major orders into Galactic Campaigns. Instead of standalone weekly objectives, major orders are now chained together into campaigns that run for several weeks. Each campaign has its own reward, and you can follow the whole thing on the new control center terminal on your ship. The reward is not automatic either. The Helldivers have to win the majority of major orders inside the campaign, otherwise there is no prize. And the terminal keeps an archive, so past campaigns stay readable as war history. Small detail, but it tells you Arrowhead is planning further ahead now. On paper, this is what major orders always wanted to be. Before, you completed an order, collected some medals and forgot about it. Now the war have chapters and the chapters have prizes. The first campaign was Census Thunder and it ended on June 30th. The choice part was not new. We voted with liberations before, like the airburst rocket launcher against the anti-tank mines and later the gas mines order. But back then, the winning stratagem went to every player, even to people who never logged in during the whole thing. This time it worked differently. There were two new FRV models on the table, the Supply FRV on Best Queen 8 and the Incinerator FRV on Census. Whichever planet the community liberated first, that model would go into full-scale production. So the community was not just fighting for a reward, it was choosing the reward, with its own deployment decisions. That is a real strategic choice and a hard one because both vehicles are good. We ended up liberating Best Queen 8, so everyone got the Supply FRV. And think about what that means for the other one. Census did not get liberated, so the Incinerator FRV did not go into production. For now, nobody has it. The community picked one reward and turned down the other. That is a decision with actual weight and this game never really had those before. Which brings us back to the Supply FRV because I said everyone got it. That word is where the trouble starts. Because everyone did not mean everyone. It meant everyone who participated in the campaign. Until now, this game did not really work like that. New content either came in a warbond or it was simply handed to every player. You could take a 2-month break, come back and nothing was permanently gone. Warbonds never expire and Arrowhead gets praised for that constantly, because almost every other live service game punishes you for stepping away. I'm looking at you, Destiny 2. Helldivers 2 built real goodwill on the promise that your progress waits for you. The Supply FRV broke that rule. If you were not there during Census Thunder, you did not get it. And the community exploded. The top threads of the week are almost all about this. Here is the part most of those threads skip. The actual requirement. Based on how the reward rolled out, you just had to log in during the campaign. Not complete the major orders, not fight on the campaign planets, log in. I am the proof. I spent those weeks recording footage mostly on completely different planets, contributed basically nothing to Census Thunder, and the Supply FRV still showed up in my stratagem list. So when people describe this as some brutal grind wall, no, it was a login. So is this outrage justified? Mostly not. But there is a real problem underneath it and it is worth separating the two. The idea is good. Being part of the war always mattered a little, but now it is tied into the rewards much more directly. The community made a choice, the choice had consequences, and the players who were there got something out of it. That is exactly what a galactic wargame should do. A major order you cannot miss is not an order, it is a login bonus with extra text. The execution is where it falls apart, because the current version contradicts itself. If the requirement is just logging in, then it does not really separate active players from inactive ones. It only punishes people who were on a vacation or taking a break. A login is not participation. At that point, drop the requirement and give the wheel code to every player. And if Arrowhead wants participation to actually mean something, fine, tie the reward to real contribution, completed missions on campaign planets. But then there has to be a fixed way to earn it after the campaign ends. A returning player should see exactly what to do to unlock it, not wait and hope. It does not even have to be complicated. Put a team mission into the rotation after the campaign and let people earn the reward there. The veterans would still get it first, weeks earlier and without extra work, so participating would still pay off. Nobody loses content permanently and the campaign still matters. Arrowhead did say that the wheel code will be available again at a later stage. That is better than nothing, but it is a vague promise, not a system. Nobody knows when or how or at what cost. So the current design took the worst of both worlds. The requirement is too weak to mean anything and the promise about earning it later is too vague to calm anyone down. There is also a bigger question here. What kind of a reward is fair to lock behind a campaign at all? My line is simple to state. Cosmetics can be fully FOMO. A cape that says I was at Census standard is a badge. It does not make anyone stronger in a mission. If you missed it, you missed it, and that's fine. Titles, capes, paint jobs for the FRV itself, all of that is perfect campaign reward material. Veterans get something invisible, nobody loses gameplay options, and the war still feels worth showing up for. Functional content is different. Vehicles, weapons, stratagems, anything that changes how you play, those should never be permanently missable. Helldivers 2 was not built as a FOMO game, and the community clearly does not want it to become one. That is also my answer to the major order happened during my finals argument. I take the concern seriously, life exists. But the fix is not to make campaigns meaningless, the fix is that the functional rewards stay earnable afterwards. So missing a campaign costs you time, not content. Is the community overreacting? Yes, as usual. We got multi-hundred comment threads, people announcing they refuse to log in ever again, and the Super FOMO trademark meme over a wheel code that required one login and that Arrowhead already said would return. The community went from zero to apocalypse in about a day, the same pattern as every balance drama before this one. I made a whole video about patch doom posting a while ago, and this episode could be the sequel. But I don't think the anger is empty. Underneath the noise there is a real worry about where this whole thing is heading. They saw the first time limited functional reward and pushed back immediately before it becomes the norm. That instinct is healthy even if the volume is not. So here is where I land. The FOMO drama is good news because you cannot have FOMO without something worth missing. Nobody writes an 800 comment thread about a reward nobody cares about. The campaign system made the war matter on the first attempt and the drama is the proof. You can see it in player behavior too. People started arguing about where to deploy, checking the war map before picking a planet, and coordinating pushes instead of just farming their favorite biome. The Galactic War is not suddenly perfect, but it works better as a game system than it did before. What Arrowhead should keep? Campaign rewards and community choices with real consequences. That part worked. What they should fix? Decide what the requirement actually is. Either the reward is for everyone or it is for real participation with a clear, permanent way to catch up later. And keep permanent FOMO for cosmetics only, never for functional content. Do that and the next campaign gives us the same stakes without none of the drama. And the war having real stakes, that is one of the best changes 6.3.0 shipped in Helldivers 2. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to support the channel extra, you can also join as a member. There are 2 tiers, and if you want your name to appear on the support wall at the end of my videos, join the higher tier. Thanks for watching.